Hey guys, hope we're doing well. Welcome back to another YouTube video. So this YouTube video is going to be a bit different. This is going to be a video which is solely just a call recording of one of the coaching calls we've had inside Setter Syndicate. I thought this video would be super valuable to those who think that this may be a scam, aren't sure about the online space, want a better insight into what we do inside of things. This is just one of the regular 4 weekly calls we have inside the community. This call was super valuable, specifically from a technical perspective. On this call, we walk through how to improve as a setter, how to structure conversations, and so much more. One thing you'll also really find in this video that would be super valuable to you and might give you a lot of power is the ending. We had an amazing chat walking through mindset and specific goal-related things, which are super valuable and things no one speaks about. So I think this coaching call will give you a real insight into what we do at Setter Syndicate. It will allow you to get a deeper insight into how appointment setting works and just the type of quality of training we produce at Setter Syndicate. I hope you enjoy this video. This was, well, the call recording. I really put a lot of effort into this call, and yeah, I think it was one of the better coaching calls we've had. Not that the other ones are bad. This was just a call I'm really resonated a lot with me and was super special. So I think you'll resonate a lot with it as well. Make sure to check it out until the end where we walk through the mindset stuff. You'll really enjoy that. But yeah, with that said, if you have been on the fence, you're skeptical, you wanted to see what it looks like inside, this is a great way to see what is going on inside and what we actually do within Setter Syndicate. So I do hope you enjoy. If you do enjoy this video, make sure to check out my website in the description, see sort of what we do more in depth, see the results of it more in depth and all that type of stuff. With that said, we can jump into the call recording now, and I hope you have a blessed day. One more thing, guys, I forgot to say this before we do dive into the live call. You'll see throughout the call, we'll actually be reviewing conversations, live conversations that happen within the Setter Syndicate account, speaking to you guys. So I do want to preface for those who may be really new, Setter Syndicate isn't a thing like where you're going to come join us, learn how to work for Setter Syndicate. It's not like a program to come learn how to work for us in our company. We're just using the live conversations we have at my company as an example to learn conversation structure, improve conversation structure, etc. Setter Syndicate isn't a thing where you're going to come in and learn how to work for me and sell for Setter Syndicate. It's to sell for bigger, large international companies at a much larger scale. So just wanted to get that out the way. That's not the case of what we do here. The purpose of the call is to show you guys just, actual live conversations, how those would look, because it would look the same in any type of niche, any type of company, more or less the same. So just using my company as an example in this call, walking through the conversations we have, just to get an insight of live conversations, how to structure them better, improve DM setting, and ultimately become a really good DM setter. So wanted to clear the air on that. You wouldn't be working for me. It's not you get trained to work for us and then go set for us. It's just using our company as an example for improvement purposes. Enjoy the video. All right, sweet, gents. Well, look, then what we can do today is we can jump into some sales training. Would you guys like to do some more dialing specific training or DM setting?
For me, it'll be DM setting.
Yeah, DM setting from our side, I think, just because that's what I'm going in first.
Okay, sweet. OG, I know that is going to be a dialing role. I had a brief chat with Ron. If you want some support, just let me know on WhatsApp, bro. We can set something up and I can help you a bit with regards to that outside of group calls. But sweet. All right, then let's dive into some DM setting training. What we'll do today actually is we'll run through some live convos instead of doing some role plays, and then I'll ask you guys your feedback on the spot, and then we can run through it. Sesh, I know you've just fresh, so you don't have to worry too much. We'll just run through convos. You can just sit in and listen and take notes or whatever you want to do. But can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, one sec. Let me actually start recording for Zoom, not fucking Fathom. All right, let's do it.
So I just want to get something right on.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I just want to get something right on. Just give me a minute.
No worries. All right, gents, let's do it. So let's filter this to calls booked. Then we'll take it from there. Yana Stain, this chick was trying to fucking flirt with me. And she's a grak. All right. Let's let's check out a different one to that. Rudolph. This one could be good. Yo, Daniel, what's happening, bro?
Hey, how's it going, Sonny? Sorry I'm late, man. Just struggling
No
to
worries.
operate there.
No worries, bro. Sweet, gents. All right, let's dive into it. So, regarding this conversation, all the guys that come in here are inbound, so they'll be first. When it comes to inbound leads, obviously we want to move the conversation slightly faster. Like if someone's messaging us first, don't like beat around the bush too much. Obviously they're messaging inbound because they want more information pretty quickly. So we want to move those conversations faster. Don't ask too many questions. Get a subtle understanding of where they're at, where they're looking to go, what change they're looking to make, why they're looking to make that change. Why would that change be significant to them? Current situation, North Star, pain points, and you can move it. So obviously, we will always want to go out the gate with where you base, what sparked your interest. Every offer will have sort of their own way of doing it. But even you, OG, on the role you're going to start on now, right? They're going to say, we saw you applied for XYZ. What made you want to fill out the application form? It's always why. Like they opted in for a reason. Like, why did you opt in? That's what you want to go in for. So just to understand, like establish out the gate why they did message. So this guy says, I'm based in Gordons Bay, Cape Town. I'm a commercial diver, but this caught my eye. I'm trying to do something new and also get a good income. This guy actually makes a boatload of cash. I remember having a call with this guy. Commercial divers, to my surprise, make like 70, 80K a month, rand, but they only work like a couple months a year. But sweet. All right. So Tim, we can start out with you, bro. Based on what he says here, where should we go? And for the purpose of the call, you don't have to really give too much on like the initial response. What sort of question would you be asking this guy?
You could you could go into finding out a little bit about just an idea of how much income they're currently making and why they feel that they need to endeavor on something on a new job instead of pursuing maybe a high role within the industry.
Yeah, how would you ask that?
Um, could say you could say you could answer first, say, oh great man, that's awesome, I'm also in Cape Town. Comment something about being a diver, and then you could say, just out of interest, just out of curiosity, what how much are you currently making, and why do you feel that you need to look out? I don't know how to phrase it, man.
Yeah, it's all good, but I agree. So your question is right. Your line of thinking is correct. I wouldn't ask this guy what he's making out the gate. Like, if you've just met someone on the street, you're not going to ask them like what they make. Yeah, you know what I mean. So also, once again, just brief, like in sales, rather refrain from saying things like just or out of interest, things like that. So you kind of lose the authority. Like if you're doing B2B, maybe it's more applicable, but like when you're selling B2C, like an info product, rather refrain from saying that, like out of interest, bro. Just rather ask it straight. So in this case, he says, I want to try something new.
Yeah.
I'd say great to hear, bro. As a commercial diver, what's got you looking for something new currently? Question mark. It's very subtle, but it's going to get him to open up out the gate. Let's see what Ruben asked. Okay. Don't know. Been working underwater since our matric. So yeah, I just want to do something else that can also give me a good salary because diving gives good. Okay, so he doesn't give like a great answer here. From here, obviously, we can establish that he is making good money already, which, with a quick Google search, you can establish that he is making good money or using ChatGPT. With that said, though, he still says here, I want to do something else. So I'll ask you, OG, based on this guy's response, where do you think we should take it from here?
I'd level with him, then ask him what he's looking to get out of remote setting.
Okay. Anyone else? I would ask this guy, why is he looking like I would ask him again directly. He doesn't really answer the question, so we really want to establish that. I want to try something else. Got you, man. If you're currently doing well, with being underwater, whatever you want to, however you want to word it, what exactly has got you looking to create another stream of income? Like, just address the elephant in the room. Let's see what Ruben does. How much do you want to be earning in a good salary? Okay. No response. Where you based? HW difficult. I'll do anything for money, bro. So he doesn't give very good answers. Morning. And Ruben goes straight into the video. Okay, so this is not good, right? We can all agree that that's not good. We haven't established nearly enough about what this guy wants to achieve. I think Ruben here, because he was delayed in responses, this is probably fell over a weekend. He wanted to move the conversation faster. But right here, Daniel, what should we be asking this guy based on what he says here? And what do you think we should ask firstly instead here? You're muted, by the way.
Sorry. What should we have asked before his message, you mean?
Yeah, what do you think we could have asked better here? And what do you think we can, where do you think we should take it from here?
Maybe we could have asked, like, is he just trying to supplement his income, or is he trying to make a full switch over, to appointment setting? And then maybe that gives us a better understanding of, like, I don't know, like if he's satisfied in his work or not. But yeah, in response to what he said, maybe
So your
yeah,
your first question is good, but you have to remember if you're going to ask him like what's got you like are you looking to make a switch? It's going to be a pretty much a yes or no answer.
yeah. Okay.
So that would be good if we follow it up because then we can establish where he is.
Yeah.
Or are you
So
looking to go? So if you do ask that question, you need to make sure you're following up with like, are you looking to make a full transition or stay doing what you're currently doing? He would say, no, I'm looking to make a full transition. Then you can ask him why. Or you can ask him, what exactly would you be looking to earn to make a transition, or why are you looking to make a transition? So let me ask you, OG, in the start of a conversation, what do we need to establish, and have we established any of that with this prospect so far?
I'd say intent.
And have we established that with this guy?
No.
No. Like we don't have anything from this guy other than he wants to make money.
Yeah.
Like this is the difference. Like obviously this is a really subpar conversation. This is a difference between setting someone that's going to close or setting someone that's just going to jump on a sales call to learn more. You know what I mean? So now based on this conversation, now that Ruben's gone ahead and sent a YouTube video to try get this guy's thing, he books in a call straight away. Obviously this guy was super eager, but he's eager to learn more. He's not eager to buy something. He's not eager to make a change. He's not thought about his goals. He hasn't thought about what he wants. I can remember taking the sales call with this guy. It was a fucking nightmare. This guy didn't even like pretty much know what appointment setting was getting onto the call. When I asked him, so, what brings to the call today? How can I help? He's like, I'm looking to learn more. You want the prospects jumping onto the call already with that urgency to make change. And how do we do that? We actually ask the right questions in the start. So all we've established here is this guy's current situation. He's a diver and he's looking to make more money. That's not good enough. Like, why is he looking to make a switch, or why is he looking to supplement his income? Why is he looking to make that much more on the side? This guy's North Star was to have more time freedom and so he could pursue his dream of being an MMA fighter. Diving during season, he has to work 14-hour days and he gets no freedom. He makes good money in that off time, but he has no time to himself and to pursue his dream of becoming an MMA fighter. We didn't establish that in the DM setting convo. If we had established that, I could have gone into the sales call already knowing exactly where this guy wants to go, and I could have future paced the whole conversation to where he wants to be. So it took me a good 20, 25 minutes to actually establish where he wants to go on the call, which ultimately isn't good enough for me to convert on the call. You know what I mean? So that's where we come in. Like if you want to line up the call as best as possible for the close. So you guys can see yourself when you ask DM setting, this is not a conversation that's going to convert with answers like this. You're going to get a guy jumping on to learn more. So what we should have done with this guy, and I'll move on to another convo because there's no point looking at the rest. I want to see one with lots of discovery, is we should have established why he's looking to make a switch. If he is looking to make a switch, what is he ultimately looking to achieve? Why is he looking to achieve that? And what would that achieving that change for him? And then what should we do after that, Tim, before educating him?
Well, first establishing like how much money would you need to be earning to to have that lifestyle that you're after, or to have that freedom, establishing.
For sure.
Yeah, and then after that, kind of come to him with the solution, and so then you can kind of go into what you offer, what the offer is all about, and then that kind of ties into be the solution for his problem.
Yeah, sure. The one thing is though, like, if you want to do that, what will make lining up the solution even better? Creating a gap for it.
Mm.
So then we
Yeah,
could have gone into
wanting
Mr.
it, like,
Ethan. Why haven't you achieved that yet?
yeah, true.
Or what stopped you from achieving that? Then he would have said, oh man, it's the lack of knowledge, it's the lack of this, it's this, and this. Then you get the prospect to admit to us he needs to make change. So that's also something that lacks in this video. So if you guys are on an offer where you have to utilize sales assets during the setting process and educate them more, if you are able to create that gap before sending the YouTube video and you can line it up to specifically what's been holding them back, do you think they're going to watch that video? Absolutely. So if you ask that question, what's been holding you back, and he says X, Y, and Z, then you say, I totally hear that, man. I actually filmed a quick clip walking through how to overcome XYZ and get you to XYZ goal within the next XYZ time period, which will be valuable to check out. Here's the link. As opposed to, sounds good, man. Here's a YouTube video which will be valuable to check out. That guy's never going to watch that fucking clip. So you need to be able to line it up in their best interest in order to create that pull for them to want to watch it. Part of setting is creating pull. It's never pushing things onto prospects. It's asking the right questions, creating enough pull for them to want to check things out, for them to want to ask us questions. You're having a great conversation when you're setting if the prospect asks you, what's the next steps? How do I get involved? How do I get started? If you have prospects asking you questions and you're doing a good job because you've created enough pull and interest for them to want to know the next steps. So that's crucial. And you only do that by asking good questions, not forcing anything on them. Another thing Ruben could have done here, even though we haven't, you can just level with him. Oh, sick, man. We work with tons of people who also come from similar backgrounds, even, just a little bit of a white lie. Always creating that link as well. Especially you guys, when you start working on larger offers that have people from all types of backgrounds, you can always leverage that. Oh, love to hear it, man. We work with tons of accountants. Love to hear it. We've worked with tons of guys doing this, creating that link as well. But sweet. All right. There's not too much else to check out there because this guy fucking watched the video and booked in directly. Let's see. Asher. Just want to see if this is. All right, sweet. Let's see Mr. Asher here. So this guy was also inbound. He messaged us first. Set, where you based, what made you want to reach out? How you doing? I'm based in Cape Town. I've some experience in sales and the business space. I want to grow my skill set. Also notice you've worked with some people I know. All right. Does this guy actually tell us what sparked his interest?
No.
Not really. So I'll ask you, OG, where do you want to take the conversation from here based on his reply?
Oh, you muted.
You're muted, bro.
My bad. Level with him, then ask him what exactly about the content stood out to him that made him want to reach out.
What would you do in the level? I.e. initial response for Sesh.
Sick, man. How long have you been in the
In
sales?
the initial response, it's fine, I'll answer it for you. In the initial response, he says, I've been in sales and business. Love to hear it, bro. I work with tons of people who come from sales backgrounds. You always want to do something like that at the start. But
Yeah.
yeah, so he says, I've got some experience in sales. I want to grow my skill set. I've also noticed that you could have gone down the content route, or you could also ask him what exactly he's currently doing that's looking to further his skill set, anything of that manner. Like I probably would have gone here just to shorten my conversations because there's lots of people coming through. What exactly are you currently doing, or what type of business are you currently running that's looking you to continue growing your skill sets? Just get his current situation, get his job, see where he's at. Or you could have gone down the route of what you said, OG. Like, what about the content did you resonate with that's got you looking to, what was your last words there?
Fuck, I forgot.
You said grow my skill set, I believe. That's also fine. Or if you really want to be conversational, you could like just ask something around what he said here. But I would have gone into his current situation. What about your current job and circumstances makes you want to grow a skill set and get into appointment setting? Okay, I'm going to think how I'm going to word this question. What do we think about this back bit here? Just like generally, say you guys are on an offer, like over a majority of leads, should you be saying something like this? I see Tim, you're shaking your head. Yeah, that's right. No. But when someone's inbound, you have the authority to ask them things like this. So say you guys are working on a fitness offer and someone reaches out like start or whatever the keyword is, right? You have the leverage to ask them what exactly has got them looking to do X, Y, Z. So in these situations, it's fine. I would generally, though, gents, like I said, you want to create pool, rather steer clear from talking about coaching programs, etc. Rather talk about steps in place, tips, etc. Create pool rather than like being salesy. This can be salesy with a fresh person. In this case, it can work, and it's a good question. So let's see. I'm good, thanks. I'm a co-founder of an AI business. We are a startup, so it's going to take a bit to get where we want to be. If I really could make some money on the side to reinvest, it would be really good. And I can also use what I learned to implement into my business. All right, so this guy pretty much crafted a sexy response for saying I make no money right now. Daniel, Daniel, how would you reply to this guy? Yeah.
Um, uh, Shucks, maybe I don't know. I obviously try and like maybe like expand on that pain and just sort of maybe get him to be a bit more specific about like maybe the timeline that he's been working with, like how long has he been, needing the extra income or something like that. I'm not too sure how to phrase it. Uh,
Get a
maybe some
timeline. Remember,
maybe
when you're
something like
selling,
oh
sorry, go
sorry.
ahead.
No, no,
No,
no.
go ahead.
You go ahead. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was gonna maybe just like obviously like level with him, just say, oh, great to hear you guys are starting a business, man. Hope it's going well. Maybe you could say like, I take it you guys haven't like been profitable yet. What's your timeline looking like, or how long do you expect to wait until you become profitable and something like that?
Yeah, remember, so what's something we've been like frequently saying on the calls? Rather steer clear from asking logistical questions. Unless you're going to follow it up with a very effective question, like how long? Sure, if he says like it's been 6 to 12 months, you're going to get an answer like that. It's been 1 year. Then you have to follow
Yeah,
it up effectively. Like, what do you think's been holding you back from getting to where you want to be over the last year?
yeah.
Then you can create some sort of leverage. Like for me, the only logistical question that usually makes sense in setting is asking where they would like to make or how much they would need to make to transition, things like that. Because once you get an income goal out of someone, you can get a really good response asking what about their life would change when they can get to X income. Then you will usually get like a ton of goals out of that person. In this situation here, like we need to be able to dissect this and understand what's the biggest issue. He doesn't have any
Maybe
money.
the yeah. Maybe like not just for him, but the business as well. Like maybe they're struggling like to launch properly.
Yeah, so remember also what I wanted to say before I interrupted you is when you're selling business opportunity, like there's so many good questions you can ask. Like your question, Daniel, isn't necessarily bad, right? Depending on how you would have followed up with the timeline question. But here more so he says if we could make some money on the side to reinvest, it would really be good. That's like the key thing we need to pick up on here. So he doesn't have enough capital right now to continue to grow his business. So the question we would have wanted to ask here is, got you, brother, out of something like appointment setting, what would you be looking to earn in order to reinvest into your business? Or you could have asked it like a double question, got you, brother. So what would you be looking to earn out of appointment setting to reinvest into your business, and where would you like to grow to? You could word it a
Mm,
bit better. Like ask him what he wants to make to be able to reinvest and live more comfortably, but also where he's looking to take his business.
mm,
Then asking him at that point, what would being able to get to that point change for him? Then you could go
mm.
into like, why would that be significant for him? Or you could go into asking what's been the lack of skill or whatever that's held him back from getting there. Like it's super simple. There's no need to overcomplicate it. Very important when you are setting is just dissecting what's the biggest issue. Like his issue here is definitely skills, right? Like he would be where he wants to be in his business if he had the skills required, but also mainly capital.
Mm.
Like this guy's obviously not in a good spot. So I would have picked up on this and then asked a question around that. Let's see what Ruben does. That said, when you say you have a startup, how are you currently coping financially in your daily life? That's got you looking into appointment setting on the side. So this is a good question. I wouldn't have thought about that myself, to be honest, right here on the spot. That's like I know why Ruben's asked this. He's asking this to qualify the lead, like see if this guy's actually worth entertaining a conversation with. Does he have the money? However, it's also can be good because he can start talking about his pain points, like which this guy actually did have a ton of pain points when we did speak to him. You know, he's got a son. He was a teenage father. He's struggling to take care of the child. His business hasn't made money in the last 16 months. They're struggling to go up. So there's a lot of things you could have like started to get out of him with this type of question. See here, financially, we're not coping well. We're running out of capital. So if we can make money to keep afloat, that would be great. All right. So that was the main pain point you can see. OG, where you going from here, bro? No need to overthink it as well. It's quite straight line.
Okay. Level in the next 3 to 6 months, what's the ideal goal for you?
Okay. How can you word that even better? And what can you take out to keep it even more broad?
Okay, so just take out the timeline then.
Yeah. I wouldn't give a timeline. Like why 3 to 6 months? What's like rather get like his actual goals. Because when you
Yeah.
ask someone like what are your 3 to 6 months goals, he's gonna say a lot different to what if you just ask like what are your goals?
Yeah.
Like his 3 to 6 months goals in this DM setting conversation would be pretty much something like this word for word to improve my skill sets, get my business profitable, and make more money. Whereas if you ask what are your goals in general, you could give the answer something along the lines of like build the business to the point where I can start taking better care of my family, become that father figure that I want to be, start reinvesting more money into my daughter's future. You know, those broader goals, those are going to have more leverage than, you know, just the typical 3 to 6 months goals. You know what I mean? Like your real goals are a lot smaller than your 3 to 6 months goals. So you want to get those big goals out of people because that's what's going to create more leverage and urgency for them to achieve it and ultimately convert more. So yeah, you asked the right question. I'll just take out the timeline. So run out of capital so I can make money to keep afloat would be great. I'll just ask this guy, got you, brother. So what exactly would you be looking to earn to go afloat and start growing the company, ultimately growing the company? Easy. Then he's going to give us an income goal. Then we can ask him, what would making XYZ change about your current situation? Easy. Then you can ask him, why is that change significant to you now? Question like now is important. Easy. You've got him. Then you can ask him what stopped him from getting there. You've got him. Then he's told you what change he wants to make, why it's important to him, how much he wants to make to get there. He's told you his business is failing. He might give us some other info. He's told us why he hasn't got there already. We've done everything. We've created urgency. That will be line up everything perfectly for a closer. So let's see what Ruben does here. And how's the finances affecting you personally? That's weak as fuck. That's a weak ass question. Would we agree? It's also a bit cookie cutter. Like Tim, if I was on the street and I asked you fucking like something like that, you'd be like, "What are you saying, bro?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Daniel, what do you think we could have done better here, bro?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, like getting specific about what he's looking to make could have been much more effective. You know, like kind of making the whole goal a bit more concrete. Then you could have maybe like branched and been like, no, completely achievable, man. Yeah, we've definitely helped guys do that in the past or something like that. But yeah, um, yeah, I think that's probably I would have gone that direction, the sort of specific amount.
100%. Like, I know why Ruben's doing this because he's trying to financially qualify the guy while he's busy speaking to this guy. All that Ruben's thinking of is that this guy's got no money. So he's trying to
Mhm.
establish that. But realistically, like, he could have just gone through with the conversation at this point, booked him on, then qualified him from that point onwards and created more pain and urgency out of this guy. I'm young, moved out, and have a kid, so it's been tough, but I'm trying to keep it positive and working. Good man. Now he goes into the income targets. To be honest, as much as I can, I never really think of a cap, but any amount I would start making would help. So this is interesting. Like, I don't actually like it when people say as much as I can, because then they don't really have a concrete goal. Like anyone, you meet those people who like, what do you want to make one day? As much as I can. I can guarantee all of us know that type of guy, and that guy's done fuck all.
Mm.
Like none of those guys who've said make as much as I can is doing well right now because
Yeah.
they don't have a concrete goal. So there's two ways you can go about doing this because you might get this quite. I got it all the time when I was working at Club Closer. Is you can either tie them to a typical income target that a lot of people in the service have achieved, or you could actually ask them again. Like you can just tell them, you know, what actually would you like to make without giving a sort of like long answer here. You can just like double ask them, like, got you, man, da 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 da. So what do you actually want to make? Like actually get them to give you a goal, or you can just tie them to like the results based on the offer. So in this case, you know, say it was like an Amazon offer, you could say, totally understandable, man. Like people in the short term working with us can scale anywhere between 10 and 30K a month within their first 6 months. What would being at that mark change about your current situation? Question mark.
Mm.
Or you could have asked them, I totally hear that, man. A lot of people come to us and say they want to make as much as they can. Based on the results you've seen from my profile so far, where exactly would you like to be? Then you get a target, then you can go into that. But yeah, from this point onwards, it's probably like the standard thing. It would make a huge difference. Feel less stressed. And then he goes into the video. So one thing he's not doing is he's not creating the gap here. Like it's super important when you guys are selling things. Number one, always when you're selling, like the main thing that you want to sell is the transformation. That's always the most important, regardless of what you're selling. Because ultimately, I know I say this on like almost every call. There's a million ways to make $1 million fucking dollars. You know what I mean? This is the one they're speaking to you because they came across this one. They don't actually care about what you're selling. They care about where you can take them. And this is the absolute truth in fitness as well. Fitness is the biggest one for transformation. They don't give a fuck what your name is, who you are most of the time. They care about where you can take them. You're ultimately the vehicle that can get them to where they want to be. So when you're selling, you want to sell on where they want to be, not necessarily the vehicle. That's why you want to sell them on their current situation, where they want to be, what change they want to make, why is that change significant for them. Sell them on the change. But then secondly, and also most importantly, is you want to also sell them on the technical implementation a lot of the time, because that's what's been holding them back. So that's why I like to say, ask the question, what's been stopping you from getting to XYZ target already? Because then when the closer gets onto the sales call, they can sell that person on where they want to be and also the lack of why they're not there yet, already going into the call. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Yeah.
Bang on. All right. Do we have any questions so far? I know I'm fucking rambling on you.
Mm.
Everyone's scratching their faces.
After you ask, you know, where would that specific XYZ amount, or what would that change of your current situation? Once they talk about that, just remind me where do you lead it from there after that question? Like once they respond, to change the situation.
So we can role play it. So Tim, what exactly would you like to be making to get to XYZ?
So I mean, if I were to make, you know, if I could double my income right now and be making, I don't know, 30,000 Rand, then I think it would really help with my situation and really help with all the problems I'm currently facing.
Okay, sweet man. Yeah, 30,000 is definitely a great target to have and realistic target as well. With that said, what would making 30,000 Rand a month change about your current situation when it comes to solving those problems and getting to your goals?
I think it would just help me be able to like cover all my expenses and be able to live a little bit more of a free lifestyle and have more time to do what I actually want to do.
For sure, man, for sure. And tell me, like, why is it so significant for you to free up your lifestyle, have more time for yourself, and increase your income now, and not kick the can down the road for another 6 months?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm so stuck and like you know, stagnant in life, and just I'm quite hold down. I don't have time to do any of the passions I want to do. I'm just like stuck in a dead end job, and I feel like, you know, it's gotten to the point that I'm like about to erupt because I just can't take it anymore.
I hear you, bro, and I appreciate you sharing that. I mean, it's not easy as a man to like open up when it comes to things like that. So 100% makes sense. You're not the only one. You know, I speak to people on a daily basis facing the same things. I guess for you, Tim, when it comes to that, you know, what ultimately has been holding you back from making a change thus far already and getting to XYZ goal?
I feel like I just haven't been able to find something that I'm really comfortable, you know, or feel like it's, you know, there's so many things out there that give you these promises and fail to live up to it. And I'm very skeptical of you know, and to take these risks and stuff, but I know I need to do something.
Sweet. So that's how like that's a whole different story. So that will actually be tough to walk through on a dial when someone talks about skepticism. That's
Yeah.
something you have to handle if you're in sales. If you hear the word skeptical, you have to handle that immediately. But anyways, I don't want to like ramble into that just yet.
Mm.
That situation, obviously on the DMs, you would have gotten a different answer if you asked what's been stopping them. But that's like the framework you want to follow in the DM setting is like, what do you want to make? What would making that change or allow you to do, or why is making that much significant to you? Anything along those lines, then they'll give you their reasons. Then ask them why is achieving XYZ significant to them now, or why is that important for them to get to that now? Now is quite important to tie in. And then you can just ask them what's been holding them back from getting there, because through that process you get the income goal. You can also kind of get a gauge of what they're currently making because the income goal would be higher. You can then get exactly where they're looking to go,
Mm.
why they're looking to go there, what change it would make being able to go there, why that change is significant to them, why it's significant to them now, creating that urgency. And then also you're going to get out of them what's been holding them back from getting to that point up until now.
Okay, no, that's good.
Yeah, so that's what I like, because you don't want to overextend DM sitting conversations, ask a million questions either. You know what I mean? You kind of want to get to that and then move things from there. Like that will those 4 or 5 questions will get everything you need out of a prospect efficiently and quickly.
Yeah.
If we were talking about dialing though now, and the guy's like, you know, there's so many opportunities, I've been skeptical, da 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 da. There's lots of ways you can go about that. It depends on the sales trainer, but you need to handle skepticism on the spot if you are on the phones. So you could have asked something along the lines there at that point. Like, I totally hear that, Tim, and you know, there are lots of bad companies out there that, you know, are unethical in the online world and even in the corporate world. I guess for you, man, you know, if you really wanted to make a change, wouldn't you agree that you would have taken some sort of action on doing something up until this point?
Mm.
Yes. Okay, got you. And do you agree that like if nothing changes, nothing ever will change? Yes, I do. Okay, sweet. So, you know, if you really did want to make change, I guess, you know, what actually has been holding you back up until this point? Then they'll give you a bit more. And skepticism is honestly quite a hard one to tackle. But that skepticism honestly is just in other words, someone saying like they've lacked the ability to take action.
Yeah.
You know, we all know that 50-year-old uncle who talks about like, you know, pyramid schemes and this and that, and you know, they're not where we want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just to justify I'm like not taking action at all.
Yeah, someone's saying I'm skeptical, or this is a scam, or this is just another way of them saying I'm incapable of making decisions. So I'm gonna externalize outcomes to something else to make me feel better about myself or lack of taking action.
Mm.
All that
Yeah,
is just externalizing something.
and also, yeah, it's like the worst thing to do is actually try and explain that's why you are not like others, because probably everyone fucking says that.
Yeah,
You'd rather
yeah,
ask the questions.
like the worst thing to do if someone says, what how do I know this isn't a scam? Is to then go and tell them why it isn't a scam. Because
Yeah.
all that's going to do is make them think even more it's a scam. If someone
Yeah.
asks you, isn't, this a scam? Like, no, it's not a scam. You can Google our country our company on the internet. We're all registered. We're doing this. Da, da, da. You sound like it is just going to make the prospect even more suspicious. Because in the prospect's brain, this is what Jeremy Minor says, but everyone sounds the same.
Mm.
They've heard that a million times. Why should I go with you? They've heard that a million times. People actually telling them why they should go with them. But yeah, that was a bit of a tangent. We got enough time. Do we have any questions, by the way, just around what we walked through there before we move forward?
I just want to find out, will you have a transcript of this recording?
Absolutely, I can send it to you.
Okay, all right, thanks.
No worries. Yeah, you can just you can just pop it into ChatGPT after the call if you would like, and then yeah, I'll get a summary. What I can actually do is I can set up an automation for you guys if it would be helpful that takes the transcripts from these calls specifically and drops them into the Discord with a summary of the conversation we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
The problem is I'd have to go back into Discord the whole time and delete messages. No, wait, I'd be able to filter it. No, yeah, I'll set that up. I'll set that up for you guys. I think that would be helpful.
Will you not get it on the Word document and email it? Will that not be easier?
Nah, because then I'd have to do an automation for every individual person that was on that call, and it would just be easier to
Okay.
send it as a channel message, and then from
All
there
right.
you can.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, sweet. Let's jump into one more convo. But before we move forward, Daniel, what's the generic structure you want to follow when you're setting?
Or you mean just in like bullet point terms, like how to move
Yeah,
through the
based on the
convo?
conversation we've had now, like how do you think you should
Mm.
navigate your conversations?
Um, I forgot the term, exploration or something, but you wanna like get that
Discovery.
discovery. Yeah, you wanna get that discovery down, like just introduce, we'll get them to introduce themselves. Um, get get an understanding of what they, where they're currently at, what their problems are, what their goals are, and then um and then I forget, like, escalate, like expand on the pain points, and
Yeah.
then um kind of no, not sort of spell it out for them, but sort of like present the solution for them to like verbalize themselves, and then yeah, and then get them on the call, I guess. Is that
Fair. Close enough, bro. Close enough. Yeah, so like obviously they followed for a reason, liked for a reason. You want to establish out the gate what made them want to do XYZ action, opt into XYZ. Then from there you want to go in, typically in business opportunity, I would like to go into their current situation immediately, establish where they're at, where they're looking to go, what they want to achieve, where they want to be, why they want to be there, what change they want to make, why that change would be significant, why is it important for them to do that now, what's been holding them back from doing that. Depending on the offer, then you'd educate them. Most of the time, a lot of companies don't use educational things. From there, then what you would go into is getting micro commitments, and then you go into pitching a call. Super simple. Like you don't need to overcomplicate it. What we can do here is walk through this geezer, Daniel Leviticus Mayer. Hey, I'm in Cape Town. I currently have a few remote clients, but need more income. Let me just scroll up here. All right, Daniel, what are we asking this geezer?
Sorry, Sona, while you've been chatting, I'm actually dealing with a problem with my offer right now. They're all busy trying to get a hold of me and stuff.
No worries.
No, sorry, I was just trying to get this guy on his call. Let me have a look, see. For Nemo income, I'd ask what he currently does for work, and why why is he looking to make more income.
Yeah, easy. Why are you looking to make more income, bro? It's literally that. I currently have a few remote clients, but need more income. Love to hear it, man. I would even ask him, what are you currently doing? What are you currently doing looking to make more income? Because then we can also get a gauge of where he's at, what he's doing. Gotcha, man. I mean, he kind of looks like he's probably a realtor or something.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, I'm a genius. I can, I can
It's
sniff the
it's
realtors
that
out.
obvious.
You know what? The realtors always have like profile photos like this, I swear.
Boy, all the same.
Crazy. Um, Sweet. So yeah, what are you currently doing for work that's got you looking for more income? That's how I'd approach this. I'm a UI designer. I have some free time. What about your current circumstances is making you want more income? Could have worded this better. Sounds like I don't know. I have some free time as I only do max 40 hours per month for this client in the US. Okay. Interesting. So he's a realtor and a UI designer. From here, we'll go for you, Tim. What would we asking this guy?
Um, could say, well, first you could level say, got you, man. We've helped quite a lot of clients before who work in that industry. I don't know, and then just say,
Yeah.
um, you could say, sure. I'm trying to think here for this client. Yes. What would be what? Okay, you find out a little bit more about his current situation in terms of why he needs the income because he hasn't really elaborated on that. He said he's got free time, but you haven't discovered any pain points yet.
Yeah, and
So
how would you word that in a really effective manner based on what he says with this here?
um, he said, okay, great, man. Seeing as though you have quite a lot of free time, how is that? What is your day-to-day current situation? I'm trying to think.
No, it's
Uh,
super simple. Don't have to overthink it, bro.
yeah.
Got you, man. So granted, got you, man. So what exactly has got you looking to make more money in your free time?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's right there.
That's
Right.
it's like asking this, but in a way now where you can't just beat around the bush anymore.
Yes. Yeah. You got to
Oh
re-ask
well,
it.
look, I'm like even while I'm doing this, I'm just not making enough money, so I'm looking to make more money in my free time. Like it kind of like isolates the walk around. Got you. I've helped many guys in similar industries make a high income. That said, what about your job is making you need income now since you're looking into this opportunity? Fair enough. That's quite blunt, but I mean, probably gets the job done because it only pays for my expenses and no income left after savings or retirement. There you go. So why did he say this? He said this to pretty much walk around the fact that he's on the bread line. You know what I mean? Um, I need to put money away, although I have debt. Fucking hell. This guy just got sent a booking link as well.
Shit.
Interesting. I don't know how I'm gonna go about this guy. But anyways, um, okay, so he says because it's only pays for my expenses and no income left for savings or retirement, I need to put money away, although I have debt. Okay, so generally speaking, gents, like at this point, I probably like if I was you guys, I would go into qualifying this guy further because you don't want to necessarily waste your time with someone who doesn't have like the facilities to get started with something. Um, what you could do here, there's lots of ways you could go about this. I would first go into his goals here.
Yeah.
So I would just go, it's pretty simple here. I'll just go into, okay, got you, man. So within your free time, what exactly would you be looking to earn to da 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 da, whatever, right? Would you be looking to earn to be able to have more breathing room, something along those lines? And you'll give us an income goal. Then we can ask him what exactly that would do for him more specifically. Then you could also go back into the fact that he's in the situation. Then you could ask him, okay, got you, man. So granted, you've been in this current, got you, man. So how long have you been in this current situation where you are, living paycheck to paycheck? 6 months. Got you. So what's held you back in the last 6 months from being able to progress from where you're currently at? So, like, there's lots of ways you can go about it, but generally speaking, like the structure we've walked through on this call will, anyways, always get those answers that you want. It just will always open the people up. So, from here, not rocket science, I'd ask him what he would look to make to get out of this. What would making that change for him? I guess you're in pair of debt. So obviously, like, we want to establish if this guy's qualified. That's why Ruben's doing this. I'm just saying, like, imagine whatever this guy's got a savings or whatever. I would have gone into that, but this is the right way to go because he doesn't say as money. Lol, I must use my credit cards. How much would you like to make? Okay, extra 3,000 a month. What do you feel has been holding you back from? So this is too soon, right? What should we have done here, Tim?
You would first ask, what would $3,000 change about your current situation?
Yeah, like you don't always have to say change or like what would it allow you to do? Why is
Yeah.
like why $3,000 specifically? You know, you don't have to always say change. Change is always quite good because change is quite like a strong word, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
like saying change. Or you could say like why would it be significant? Change and significance, you know, have a lot of significance behind it. So I would have gone into that, getting clients that pays in dollars.
Okay, and then I was going to say after that, then you say how long, then you go to the timeline. How long has it been that you've been dealing with, well, but not able to achieve, getting where you want to be
Yeah,
afterwards?
100%. Or you could have asked one more question depending on the guy. Like he would have said, you know, making an extra 3K would do X, Y, and Z. Then you could ask him, why is it like getting to that point, like getting to the point where you can achieve X, Y, Z so important for you now?
Yes.
That usually can be quite effective because then they're like, well, man, if I don't do it now, da 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 da. Like you really start to build that urgency when you ask that.
Yeah.
And then you can knock them back and like get them to realize or tell us what's been holding them back from getting there. And then you can just go into educating them. So like
So
within 5 questions, you get their current situation, you get what they want to make, you get what getting to that goal would change for them. Why is that change? What that change would do to them. Why is that change significant? Why is it significant for them now? You build all that urgency, and then at the same time, you also get the fact of what's been holding them back from getting there. You get everything you need to close someone, because then you can close them on the implementation, they've been lacking, and also the transformation. That's all you need. Like you don't need to close people in DM setting. You just need those like fundamental things that will allow them to convert because people get into their own way. Like we've discussed this on prior calls. Even us, like I know all of us sitting here on this call, how often do we actually think about our goals? How often do we actually like think about what we want to achieve? Even me sitting here now, I need to go actually after this call and just fucking think about what I want to achieve.
not often, like just also specifics. Until
Yeah,
someone
like
could be put on the spot like this, then you actually have to think.
you need people never think about what they want to achieve, where they want to go, and that's why they're stuck in these cycles. Because they never actually understand where they want to go. That's why setting is important to actually get someone to materialize where they want to be, actually speak it into existence. That's why it's never going to be effective if you get book someone into a sales call without establishing that, because they're jumping on that sales call with the same mindset they've had prior to booking it. Whereas if you do all those fundamental things we walk through now, you're going to get someone on the call who goes in knowing what they want to achieve. You're going to get someone going in with urgency. You're going to get someone going in knowing what's held them back. And ultimately, that's a person that's going to want to make change. Whereas if you get the guy who jumps on just wanting to learn more, it's going to be a fucking tough close. Like, think about it. Like, that's also just the thing to go do now. I need to do that. I haven't done it in a long time. I'm going to go think about what the fuck do I want to achieve? Because we never do. That's why it's important as salespeople to get people to materialize what they actually want to do. Because then you can hold them accountable to getting there. Because no one in their fucking life ever has.
Yeah.
Not even our parents. When last have your guys' parents come and asked you what are your goals since you left high school?
Yeah, not at all.
Never. Never. That's crazy.
I
You
was
know,
watching this thing. Oh, sorry.
yeah. Go
No,
ahead.
I was watching this thing where this guy, he was saying, that moment of change, it doesn't happen like over time. It's not this gradual, oh, now the person becomes ready to make the change. It happens like in an instant. And up until that point, it's just pain accumulation. And then it takes a realization to snap into decision mode. And that can happen like on a sales call. If you take that accumulated pain, feed it back to them, you can overwhelm them enough to make a decision. And that's, yeah, I just thought that
Yeah.
was really interesting.
100%. And salespeople get looked at so funny because of that thing, right? Like as if that's unethical.
Mm-mm.
It's doing a disservice to someone by not helping them. And I 100% agree. Like all of us, you either make change for like, in my opinion, two reasons. For me, and a lot of the people I work with, obviously in here, just reach that breaking point. We all know, we don't have to discuss it now. There's that one day in your life, we all have that day where you really fucking were done. You actually realize, like, oh shit, I need to make change. Some people never get that day in their life. Some people do. Fortunately, some of us get it sooner than others. You know what I mean? I had that fucking early on, luckily. And those are the people who ultimately make change, or you just get the people who are raw action takers. You know, like you, Tim. You didn't necessarily have to fucking make a massive change, right? But you're an action taker. Like
Yeah.
you want more for yourself. And those are
Yeah.
the two people who see success. And then you get the third person who just flies by life. You know, they never make change. They never think about where they want to go, all that type of stuff. But anyways,
I don't want to. We don't
Tough
want to
one.
settle. We don't want to just settle for what we
Yeah.
have.
there's three types of people. The person who always wants more and it just is wired like that. The guy who has to reach breaking point, which was me. And then there's the person who just never makes change. And just
Usually you
always
trust fund
stays.
people.
Yeah, well, fuck yeah. I mean, they don't have to make change. But those people is how frequent is it that those people also blow all the fucking money, and they on
Yeah, they do
drugs
that.
and they're all fucked up.
Mhm.
I know a couple of people like that. Daddy's money, no ambition, no goals. They're fucked up people. They got
Yeah.
they more empty than the regular person. That's actually like the worst. Like the guy who just flies by his life is probably more happy than that person all of the time. But yeah, I think that was just it's super important. Remember, like a good salesperson is really just helping that person cross that bridge, and even building that bridge for them. Because most people in their lives never actually think about where they want to go. No one ever asks you where you want to go. Even your loved ones. I can't remember the last time. Okay, it's been different now, but you know, apart from high school when it's sports, it's not even about life. It's like, oh, don't you want to make the A team? No one ever asks you where you want to go. So that's what's important about being a sales rep is helping people understand where they actually want to be and helping them make that transition and that leap to where they want to be. You
Yeah.
just have to
Sure.
think about it. Like no one actually thinks about where they want to go.
You're actually doing them such a service that no one else does for them. It's actually a very
Yeah.
like you could be the reason that they make like a life changing decision.
And it's a
Mhm.
powerful thing. It's a powerful way to approach sales. That's also, I know we're going over time here, but that one belief switch there is what also allowed me to become such a good sales rep is doing every conversation, going into every conversation, knowing ultimately I can change this person's life. And like I'm not even trying to blow my own whistle, just using that mindset, not even with Set a Syndicate, with Club Closer. I've brought on people right now that are running businesses that make R1 million a month.
Sure.
Like the most successful guy I did was a guy who was full of shit. He was doing door-to-door sales. This was when I was on the phones. I called him while he was in the field. So I fucking hated, bro. He was all skeptical, da 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 da. He got into it. Now he runs a business. I got him into this about 2 years ago. Obviously, he's just a lucky guy. Obviously, if things play out, he put the work in. Not everyone gets to R1 million a month in a year and like 8 months, right? But he got there, or because we helped him materialize where he actually wants to be. Otherwise, I can guarantee you now, if I didn't push him on that phone call to book in a sales call, he'd still be knocking doors today.
Yeah, sure.
What I mean,
Yeah,
so
that
when you
was
start
true.
approaching sales like that, even you, Tim, helping someone, every phone call you make, you helping someone get into that dream house they've never had.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the most rewarding feeling actually when someone's found their perfect home or like you've actually I mean, that's arguably one of the biggest assets of their life and you've helped them get it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I can guarantee if you had to go ask anyone in your office tomorrow, none of them think about it when they make the calls like that.
Yeah, yeah. Because they're thinking of what they can gain out of it, not going in of how you can change this person's life.
Person's life.
Yeah.
And that's when you go into sales, every single call, every single DM, knowing that you can change someone's life. It sounds woo woo, but that energy gets reciprocated.
Yeah.
Every message you send with good intentions, you will receive good intent back. Every phone call you make with good intent, that intention will be reciprocated. And that's ultimately like the small things. When I was managing that one sales team and they were doing like 45K a month, it was a trading offer. I didn't change anything about the way they did appointment setting. I got them a good schedule. I made all of them go to the gym, unnegotiably 5 times a week, all go do cardio. I taught them all just the simple things we've run through now. And I got them to share a win with me every day. And in 30 days, it went from 45 to 150. I didn't change
Wow.
one
Sure.
thing about how they sold. Not one. I just told them, do
Sure.
this, have a concrete schedule, because a lot of setters, when they start working remote, every day they work different times, like idiots. And then you think you're working a lot, but you're fucking off your day. You work this time and you stop at this time. I don't care if you work 4 hours, but you work those 4 hours with intent every day, same time. You make sure you don't fucking sit at home all day and you go lift some weights. You go on a run. You go speak to someone, whatever it may be, do something outside of work. Number three is you get a hobby. You do something outside of work that makes you feel fulfilled. Number four is you go into every conversation knowing that you can help someone and you can change that person's life. Number five is you detach from the outcome because it's yin and yang. If you're going to go into it with the intention to help them, you shouldn't expect a result either on the back end. You need to be
Mm.
detached from the outcome. So if you can't help that person, you mustn't be upset if they never wanted to help themselves. And that's
Mm.
pretty much it. I
Yeah.
didn't change one thing about the way they did conversations. I just taught them that and then it 3x'd. It's easy.
Sure.
That's proper.
Yeah, it's amazing. Sure.
But yeah,
So,
sweet. I
so
mean,
I'm gonna implement that for sure.
it's because it's weird. Like it sounds like super revolutionary now that you hear it, but it's actually the case because us salesmen always get viewed wrong.
Yeah.
We're doing God's work. That's how
Yeah.
you need to view it, no
Yeah.
matter
Otherwise,
what you say.
like you're the bad guy. You're made to feel like the bad guy because you have this, like, there's this image of a salesperson that people
Yeah,
have.
like even the fucking guy in Discovery selling insurance, even though those companies aren't the most ethical, how many like fucking millions of rands of that saved people? If you had to just go into a call center there and tell all of those guys every call you make can help someone, can save someone's life,
Yeah. Sure.
they will
mm,
completely change the way they approach those calls.
Yeah. 100%.
No one
yeah,
talks about this.
I
Yeah.
think it's almost just because like people in general, like en masse, just have such a bad relationship with money as it is, which is why they're in the positions they're in, and they project that like onto like the salesman as like, oh, he is the one he's feeding into this bad relationship with money that they actually have. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
he's the manifestation of money being evil, you know. But yeah, it's actually just them. If you don't have that bad relationship, you know, you don't view it as this unnecessary expense. It's like it's a transfer of value, and yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. It's literally that. And if how do I word this? Um sure. But you have to go into it with the right intentions. That's what I wanted to say.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mm,
Because there's
Uh,
also the slimy sales reps
for sure.
that do it
Yeah.
good for the wrong reasons.
and you can
You know what I
feel
mean?
that through the phone.
Yeah. You can feel it 100%.
Yeah.
100%. But anyways, gents, good fucking call. I hope that
Proper.
was valuable. And then yeah, I'll touch base with you guys on Thursday. Let me know if you need anything, any assistance, anything like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Shana,
So
give
no,
us- sorry,
Oh yeah.
Dan, go ahead.
oh, sorry. No, I just wanted to quickly ask a completely unrelated question, just with regards to application videos, so like the Loom videos. Because I'm doing mine again now, and I'm suddenly realizing like, oh wait, I can leverage this offer I'm on now. So I'm trying to like slot it into what I say, but as I start talking, I almost don't really know what I'm trying to say with it. Like I say something along the lines of, I'm actually on an offer right now. It's a trading offer. I'm working as a dialer, and and then I don't really know where to go from there. You know, like do I kind of pivot and say it's not quite where I
Say the
want to
name.
be, and
Say the name. So firstly, like, yeah, so when it comes to my appointment setting experience, I'm currently a dialer working for XYZ company. at this point, no, I'm working for XYZ company, like, and name the name of the guy so you can build that credibility. Then you can also throw in a white lie, bro, because they won't background check this specifically. Like, you can say, I've been here for the past 3 months. Then you can just go into like just being making it what's the word, man? Making it logical for the person who's on the other end of the Loom video. Just talk about things like, so I've been putting my all into this offer. I am the sole setter on the offer and been really pushing every single day, going over what the company requires me hours wise and calls wise. I'm over exceeding the targets. However, I just haven't seen the growth I would have liked to see within the past 3 months. That's not necessarily me complaining. I know I can always improve on my side. However, I am looking to join an offer that's at a larger scale and that can facilitate the growth I'm looking for, whilst also being able to grow a company and be part of a team of people even more skilled than myself that can also help me to improve on a daily basis and become the best appointment setter possible. Just something like that.
Okay, okay. So I'm trying to tell them I'm ready to move away from that offer. Is that the angle I want to take? Like, let them know that I'm gonna like make a switch.
Yeah, even if you
Or
keep it, even if you keep both, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because what does
Okay.
it do when you say I'm looking to make a leap? It makes you sound like an authority. It doesn't make you
Mm,
sound like you're desperate for a job. It sounds like you want something even better for yourself.
mm, mm, mm.
Don't come
Okay.
across like needy for the role. Just talk about how you're overperforming, you're the top performer, you haven't seen the growth you would like to see. With all the inputs you're putting in, you know you'd be an asset for that company and you are looking for something bigger that can facilitate the growth you're looking for, whilst being able to contribute to the scale of another company, being able to be in a team with other people, team members within the team that would
Yeah.
perform better than me, that can motivate me to work harder, things of that manner. That's what they like to hear. Like you being coachable,
Okay.
you being a good team fit, things of that manner. But yeah, I would go down the route of just talking like I'm looking to join, get into a larger offer. But one thing I want to
Mm,
say, Daniel, like if you're going to record the Loom videos with the camera you've been using, stuff like that, genuinely, like I
mm,
said in the start, I would feel inclined to take an interview if you just based off the effort you've put into recording it, the quality, etc.
mm,
Genuinely, like
mm.
you don't have to say too much crazy shit. Rather just film them and bang them out. Don't stress too
Yeah,
much
don't
about
worry
what you,
too much. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool. No, thanks,
Basically
Sonny. Yeah, I'll do
replicate that
that.
structure, that lighting you were doing, because that was quality.
All right, shot. Yeah. No, I will do. Thank you.
Sweet. But yeah, just message me if you need anything else. I'll drop you a voice message.
Cool, cool. Thank you. Yeah,
Did you
definitely.
want to?
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's on this will be on the normal recordings category, yeah. Discovery,
Yeah,
the
100%.
on the Discord, sorry. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Discovery.
100%.
This is power.
Come on, bro.
Watch
Let's
over
Yes.
this.
Thank you, my brother. Let's have a fucking killer week, gents.
Yeah,
I
you
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
too.
Let's fucking
absolutely.
get it.
Thanks, Sonny.
All
Appreciate it,
right,
man.
lads. Good one. Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
brother.
guys.